On Plymouth Island, no one dies. It isn't meant to be that kind of game.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most audience-insulting twists that derailed movies that would have been better without them. Obviously, we're revealing major plot twists, so here's a spoiler alert.
What a day.
Number 10. He Gave Her His Heart, Last Christmas.
Put it in your heart and keep it, something that I want you to know.
Plenty of movies have been based on songs. This 2019 holiday rom-com starring Emilia Clarke and Henry Golding took things to a very literal level.
Who's died?
My previous owner.
Who?
Someone Webster, I think. A youngish bloke. Sad, really. It was last Christmas by all accounts.
Clarke plays a wandering soul looking for direction in life. She's the recent recipient of a donor's heart. Don't worry, it'll become relevant later. When she meets a kind-hearted guy played by Henry Golding, the sparks fly.
Look around now. These are the days of the bears and the choosers.
Well, who do you think gave her the heart? That's right. In a wild but insanely straightforward take on the title song's lyrics, Golding's character is a ghost sent to remind Emilia Clarke to not take her life for granted. Their romance was nothing more than a distraction from an absurd third-act reveal.
Care of my heart.
I promise.
It was always going to be yours, one way or another.
Number 9. The Pointless Confession, The Life of David Gale. Kevin Spacey plays an anti-death penalty advocate seemingly framed for murder.
Someone's framing you?
Oh, it's more than that. There was a tripod.
When his lawyer's attempts to exonerate him fail, we naturally side with the movie's thesis. The death penalty is wrong and can lead to the wrongful murder of an innocent person.
He was pronounced dead at 6:12 p.m., strapped to the gurney at 6:02.
Well, then the movie decides to top its own labyrinthine plot. The epilogue reveals that Gale and the presumed murder victim plotted the whole mystery as a complex protest against the death penalty, a protest they both had to die for. It's a twist that undermines everything that came before it.
It's over.
If the plan is to discredit capital punishment, why does Gale reveal the plan to a journalist and risk discrediting himself? Number 8. A Secret Society, Glass.
You're fighting for the broken.
Look, it's M. Night Shyamalan.
One of the tenants got murdered off-site and people are on edge.
You know a twist is coming sooner or later, and you also know it's a 50-50 chance that it lands. Glass was one that didn't land.
Tell me the truth. Did I almost convince you you were an ordinary man?
In fact, it saw the writer-director's underrated Unbreakable trilogy limp to the finish line. Psychiatrist Dr. Staple, played by Sarah Paulson, reveals to the dying Mr. Glass that she does believe in the character's superhuman abilities.
There just can't be gods amongst us. It's not fair.
Actually, she's part of an ancient society whose sole purpose is to suppress information about the existence of people with supernatural abilities.
We're not executioners, and we don't need martyrs.
This disappointing revelation, coupled with the fact that the superhuman characters we'd come to know and love all died in quick and anticlimactic succession, didn't please most viewers.
His thoughts are a mixture of fear and sweet relief.
Number 7. Clones now? Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom.
What are you gonna do, huh?
We're gonna stop this. All of it.
How? What, you gonna go back in time before Hammond decided to play God? You can't put it back in the box!
Maybe it was always going to come to this. If you keep making movies about dinosaur clones running rampant, eventually someone's gonna get the bright idea to make human clones too. Well, the revelation that Dr. Lockwood's granddaughter, Maisie, was a clone of his own daughter didn't sit too well with audiences.
I had to. They're alive. Like me.
This was just one too many complications, even for longtime fans who enjoyed the simple, visceral thrills of the original series. The human clone twist was carried over into the next movie, Jurassic World Dominion, which made over $1 billion, but got the worst reviews of the series.
And rumors persist of a human clone who mysteriously disappeared, leading to a worldwide search.
Number 6. Blofeld All Along, Spectre.
Information is all. Is it not?
For nearly 50 years, the James Bond series avoided overcomplicated multi-sequel story arcs. All the looniest plot twists were usually contained to a singular narrative and discarded afterwards.
Back from the dead.
The revelation that his classic arch-nemesis, Ernst Stavro Blofeld, was his long-lost foster brother and the real mastermind behind his last few missions was a massive letdown.
Me. It was all me, James. It's always been me, the author of all your pain.
Not only was it ludicrous and ill-advised, it retroactively cheapened the villains Daniel Craig's Bond had faced up to that point. Why not find ways for Bond to exist in the 21st century without becoming some MCU copycat?
No, turn this off.
You word. The word of an assassin.
Turn this off. This is important.
I said turn it off!
Number 5. The final battle didn't even happen. The Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 2. The collective groan audiences let out in this scene could have probably powered a hot air balloon.
It doesn't matter what I show you. Even when you see, you still won't change your decision.
Look, any Twilight fan knows there are some questionable, if not downright unhinged moments across its 5 films, but this one was just an insult. In the last movie, viewers watched as 2 warring factions clashed in a bloody and devastating battle in the snow. Actually, wait, it was just one of Alice's visions.
Now you know. That's your future. Unless you decide on another course.
It reeked of cheap shock. The makers clearly wanted the thrill of watching beloved characters die without having to commit to it. It may have followed the book, but for the uninitiated, it comes off as a cynical, irritating ploy for a big battle sequence with little payoff.
There is no danger here. We will not fight today.
Number 4. It's a computer game, Serenity. Despite an all-star cast, this 2019 high-concept thriller failed to win much love from viewers or critics. Matthew McConaughey plays a fisherman whose ex hires him to murder her new husband.
This can be just business. You need money. Me and Patrick need a way out.
What starts as a noirish mystery is soon turned completely on its head. McConaughey's character soon realizes he's a character in a computer game.
Don't you get it? Someone made the whole thing up.
Through some bizarre and unconvincing twists in logic, he realizes he is just a piece of artificial intelligence in an artificial world created by his son, or at least the real-world version of his son. Serenity is 2 interesting premises nested into one, and neither one works.
But now, it seems the fish is no longer the point. The new game is that you kill a man.
Number 3. Part-time FBI Agent, Full-Time Magician. Now You See Me. A movie about 4 magicians suspected of an elaborate bank heist. You know there will be plot twists. Yes, Now You See Me has plenty of twists and turns, but it may have twisted itself into an impossible knot with its revelation about FBI agent Dylan Rhodes, played by Mark Ruffalo.
Always a step ahead of me. And the FBI. Got past them not once, not twice, but consistently. Almost as if they were on the end.
Rhodes is the guy leading the charge against the magicians, but as it turns out, he's not just FBI, he's the son of a disgraced magician, and he's also the mastermind behind the entire heist.
They cut corners, and when he got to the bottom of the river, the safe warped, and he was trapped.
He was your father.
Also, we just watched an entire movie about a guy trying to catch a bunch of criminals who are working for him. They really pulled their twist out of their, hat. Yeah, let's go with that.
So he gave me his watch, and he told me to count the seconds until he came back. I've never let his watch stop since then.
Number 2, Abraham Lincoln, Planet of the Apes.
You know, I'd like to thank you for opening my eyes to a brave new world of trade with the humans.
When you're remaking a movie that has one of the most iconic plot twists of all time, you're already at a disadvantage. Tim Burton's Planet of the Apes doesn't end with the twist that Mark Wahlberg's astronaut character was on Earth the whole time.
Unidentified aircraft, you are entering restricted airspace.
Request permission to land.
You're way off target. Way off target. Abort! Abort! I can't!
When he returns to Earth, seemingly in the present day, he finds a statue of the villainous ape Thade that has replaced the Lincoln Memorial. Whether through confusing time loops or some alternate universe oddness, the apes have already conquered Earth. it doesn't have the same punch as the original because it raises so many more questions than it answers.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Tyler's Fate. Remember Me. A love story between two traumatized young people makes for a cliched, but ultimately harmless romantic drama.
You're really weird.
Yeah, I know.
That is, until the ending. Robert Pattinson's character is visiting his father at work when the movie reveals that he is in one of the towers of the World Trade Center on September 11th, 2001. Even people who liked the movie found this twist hard to stomach.
Caroline. Hello.
At best, it only worked to upstage the compelling story around it, and at worst, cheapened the very real tragedy of that day. The same message could have been conveyed without tying its fate to a real-life tragic event for cynical cultural relevance.
God, I miss you. And I forgive you.
Can you think of a bad plot twist that ruined an otherwise good movie? Tell us in the comments.
You see, they fail to comprehend the crucial fact that a terrible event can lead to something wonderful.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.